From the very beginning, Meghan has always shown signs that she was going to be trouble for the royal family. Her royal wedding, which should have been the happiest and most unifying day, was already full of red flags. Here are 10 things Meghan did on her wedding day that prove she wasn't there to blend in, she was there to rewrite the story. Watch out for the 7th one, because that was the clearest sign that she meant no good for the royal family. Meghan was caught on camera slapping away an elderly aide's hand who was literally just trying to help her. The clip is shocking. You see the aide reach out politely, his hand steady, ready to assist as her heel gets caught. For a split second, it looks like a normal royal moment. And then this happens. Meghan swats his hand away and then glares at him. The poor man's face says it all. Surprised, almost embarrassed, like he couldn't believe what just happened in front of the world. A gesture meant as kindness instantly turned into humiliation. Meghan, on the other hand, walked off like nothing happened, cool as ice.
Crazy. Here we go. Even closer. Hand, I need help here. My shoe's caught. I get it uncaught and bam! Hand slapped away. Not even making eye contact with him. He's surprised. Oh my God.
I need some help getting out. Ah, shit! I got my dress caught in my heel. Get your hands off of me, you f***ing fool!
On your wedding day, the last thing you should be worried about is micromanaging what food is served to your guests. But Meghan wasn't about to let that slide. Reports claim she went behind the scenes and exploded at staff because the food wasn't prepared the way she wanted, specifically that it wasn't vegan enough to meet her standards. She said that she could taste egg in the dish. Instead of letting the day be about love, joy, and celebration, she made it about control. That kind of behavior wasn't really about food, it was about control. If she could treat staff like that over a menu, just imagine how she behaved when nobody was watching. Out of respect for the monarch, brides traditionally show the queen their wedding gown ahead of time. They even ask for the queen's advice and preferences. After all, the queen was the one footing the bill. But Meghan ignored this practice completely. She had the queen pay for her expensive gown, but refused to give her even a glimpse before the big day. To many, this came across as dismissive and disrespectful. Insiders revealed that when the queen finally saw Meghan walk down the aisle, she was surprised at the choice. The queen didn't like it, and even remarked to close associates that the gown looked too white, considering Meghan was a divorcee.
Well, I think it's sort of vaginal, isn't it? You're very pure and you haven't had lots of affairs or been married before or anything like that. And I think it's for the first marriage that you have as well, and I think she didn't like it.
This bold move sent a loud message. Meghan was going to do things her way, and not even the queen could stop her. St. George's Chapel has hosted many royal weddings, christenings, and funerals. The history, the age, and even the musty smell of the chapel are all part of its legacy. But Meghan wasn't impressed with this historical smell the chapel possessed. She reportedly demanded that air fresheners be sprayed throughout the chapel to mask what she called the old royal smell. This made staff angry because they saw the request as downright insulting and unreasonable. She wasn't just rejecting the smell, she was rejecting the institution itself. Seating at royal weddings is usually meticulously organized, with senior royals taking priority in the front rows. Meghan, however, ignored this protocol and placed her Hollywood friends in prime positions. Famous actors and TV hosts were given front row treatment, while some royals who should have been there were pushed further back. It was an insult to royals. Meghan's loyalty lay with Hollywood, not the House of Windsor. Another red flag came with Meghan's influence over the guest list. Reports suggest she pushed Harry to cut out certain royals and even close friends, including some of his old military companions from Afghanistan. These were men who stood by him through thick and thin, yet they suddenly found themselves excluded simply because Meghan wanted full control. Even Harry's best friend was not invited. because he said Harry had changed a lot after meeting Meghan. There are chances that Meghan pushed Harry to make this decision, but Harry is also equally responsible. Several insiders claim she had no patience for kids. Meghan Markle was caught shooting little Princess Charlotte a death glare as she walked past in the chapel. The tension wasn't just on camera, but things were reportedly worse behind the scenes. Parents of the bridesmaids complained that the shoes were hurting their children's feet, but Meghan flat out refused to let them wear socks or tights. It didn't stop there. Reports claim Charlotte was even pulled from the dress fittings altogether, forcing Givenchy seamstresses to use another child's measurements instead. No wonder her dress didn't fit properly on the big day.
Allegedly burst into tears after Meghan Markle compared Princess Charlotte unfavourably to her best friend Jessica Mulroney's daughter during a bridesmaid fitting ahead of the royal wedding. Oh dear.
Weddings usually bring families together, but Meghan flipped that tradition upside down. Apart from her mother, Doria, her entire family was cut out. No father, no siblings, no cousins. She stood alone, which to many people looked cold and calculated. Who gets married without family standing by their side, especially on such a global stage? Meghan did. She seemed embarrassed by her family and determined to erase her past. But if she could ice out her own relatives so easily, what chance did the royal family have once she decided they were no longer useful?
Markle and Prince Harry's royal wedding invitations have been sent out.
Because she was too proud to reconcile with her father, she let Prince Charles walk her halfway down the aisle. Her father was supposed to be the one to carry out the honor, but she cut him and even other family members out. Prince Charles had to take over what her father was supposed to do. Insiders suggested that Meghan agreed to let Charles walk her only halfway down the aisle, insisting she would complete the first half of the walk on her own. This could have been an ego-driven move, a statement that she needed no one's help and wanted to show power. Meghan insisted on having forget-me-nots, Princess Diana's favorite flower, in her bouquet.
Roses, she was the sort of quintessential kind of English rose, but also white forget-me-nots were a big part. And I think you're going to see...
On the surface, it looked like a sweet tribute, but critics accused her of hijacking Diana's memory to gain sympathy. The reported tension with the florist over this demand only fueled speculation that it wasn't about honoring Diana at all, but about Meghan forcing her own narrative into every detail. Meghan's wedding was presented to the world as a fairy tale, but behind the veil were 10 major red flags. Which of these stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. See you in the next video.